Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you're well and passing your time in happiness. Today we'll learn some roles from transformation of sentence. We'll learn how we can make assertive sentence to imperative sentence, and after that we'll learn how we can change assertive sentence to optative sentence. At first we'll learn how we can change assertive sentence into imperative sentence. At first I'll give you some roles with some examples so that we can understand the role very well. If we look at rule number 1, we can see that if you want to make imperative sentence from assertive sentence, at the time we need to bring the main verb at the beginning of the sentence. After that, we have to use the rest of the sentence. If you look at example 1, we can see that you should avoid coronavirus at any cost. This is an assertive sentence and we have been told to make this imperative sentence. So if you want to make this imperative sentence, we shall have to bring the main verb at the beginning of the sentence. So we are writing the solution. The solution will be like this. Avoid coronavirus at any cost. To make imperative, we have brought the main verb at the beginning of the sentence and the rest of the sentence is the same. Now, if you look at example 2, we can see that you should follow the honest way to get mental satisfaction in life. This is an assertive sentence and we have been told to make this imperative sentence. If we want to make this imperative sentence, we shall have to bring the main verb at the beginning of the sentence. So we have brought the main verb. After that, the rest of the part will be the same. So the solution will be follow the honest way to get mental satisfaction in life. So we need to remember that if you want to make imperative sentence from assertive, we shall have to bring the main verb at the beginning of the sentence and the rest of the parts will remain the same. Okay, now we are moving to rule 2. If the sentence is negative, that means if the assertive sentence is negative, and if we want to make this imperative, we shall have to write don't at the beginning of the sentence. After that, we need to use the main verb and the rest of the parts will remain the same. I'm repeating the rule. If the assertive sentence is in the negative form and if we want to make this imperative, at the time we need to use don't at the beginning of the sentence. After that, we shall have to bring the main verb and the rest of the parts will remain the same. If you look at example 1, we can see that you should not speak ill of others. So this is an assertive sentence and it is in the negative form. If we want to make this imperative, we shall have to bring don't at the beginning. After that, we need to write the main verb and after that, we shall have to use the rest of the parts of the sentence. So the solution will be like this. Don't speak ill of others. I think you have got the point. Now we are moving to example 2. Here we can see you do not encourage others to smoke. So this is an assertive sentence and it is in the negative form. If you want to make this imperative, we shall have to write don't at the beginning of the sentence. So we have written don't. After that, we shall have to bring the main verb plus the rest of the parts. So the solution will be don't encourage others to smoke. Okay, I think you have got the point. Now we are moving to rule 3. If there is always or never, in assertive sentence, and if you want to make this imperative sentence at the time, you need to write always or never at the beginning of the sentence. After that, we should have to bring the main verb. The rest of the parts will remain the same. Here I have given two examples. First example is, you should never tell a lie. This is an assertive sentence. Here we can see there is a never. So if you want to make this imperative, we shall have to bring never at the beginning of the sentence. So the solution will be like this: never tell a lie. If you look at example 2, we can see that you should always study attentively in any situation. Here we can see there is always in the assertive sentence, and if you want to make this imperative, we shall have to bring always at the beginning of the sentence. After that, we shall have to bring the main verb. So I'm writing the solution: always study attentively in any situation. So the solution is like this: always study attentively in any situation. I think you have understood rule 3. Now we are moving to rule 4. If you look at rule 4, we can see that if there is first person or third person in assertive sentence, and if you want to make this imperative, at that time we need to use let at the beginning of the sentence. After let, we shall have to use the objective form. Then we shall have to use the main verb, then the rest of the parts. So if you look at the example, we can see that in example number 1, she does her homework in time. This is an assertive sentence, and there is third person at the beginning of the sentence. So if we want to make this imperative, we shall have to use let at the beginning. After using let, we shall have to use the objective form. So let her do her homework. If you look at number 2, we can see that we should accept the reality. Here we can see that the assertive sentence starts with first person. So we shall have to use let at the beginning of the sentence, and after let, we shall have to use the objective form. So the solution is let us accept the reality. I think you have understood the point. If we go to rule number 5, we can see that if there is first person or third person in assertive sentence, and if it is in the negative form, at that time we shall have to use two formula. One formula is for using pronoun, another formula is for using noun. At first, I'll show you how we can use it in imperative sentence for pronoun, and how we can use it if there is noun in assertive sentence. So let's try this. So for pronoun, the formula is let plus objective form plus not. After that, we shall have to use the rest of the sentence. And if there is noun at the time, we shall have to use the formula let plus not plus noun and the rest of the sentence. That means if there is pronoun in assertive sentence in the negative form, at that time not will come after the pronoun. But if there is noun and the sentence is in the negative form, at that time we shall have to use not before the noun. So if we look at the example, it will be clear to us. The first example is, we should not take bribe in our life. Here we can see there is a pronoun we, and it is in the negative sentence, negative form. and it is an assertive sentence. So if you want to make this imperative sentence, we shall have to use let us not take bribe in our life. Since there is a pronoun, we have used not after pronoun, but if there is noun, we shall have to use not before the noun. To be clear, if we do example 2, here we can see it is an assertive sentence. It is in the negative form and there is a noun here. So we shall have to use let at the beginning. After that, we shall have to use not. Then we need to use the subject. That means Habib influence others to take the wrong path. So here we have got the point that when there is noun, not will come before the noun, and when there is pronoun, not will come after the pronoun to make it imperative sentence. So I think you have got the point. So the rules that we have learned from assertive to imperative, I think you have got the point. Now we'd like to move to the second format, that is how we can change assertive sentence to operative sentence. This is a very easy rule and I think you can easily understand that. So if you want to make assertive sentence into operative sentence, at the time we shall have to bring may at the beginning of the sentence. After that, we shall have to use the subject. Then we shall have to bring the main verb. After that, we shall have to use the rest of the sentence to make this operative sentence. Actually, in most of the cases, operative sentence starts with may. So if you want to make assertive sentence into operative sentence, we shall have to use may at the beginning of the sentence, then subject, then main verb, then the rest of the sentence. If I give you example, then you can understand this very easily. If you look at number 1, we can see that God will bless you. This is an assertive sentence and we shall have to make this operative sentence. So if you want to make this operative sentence, we shall have to bring may at the beginning. So I have brought may at the beginning. After that, we shall have to use the subject. So that means God. After that, we shall have to write the main verb. So bless you. So the operative form of God will bless you is may God bless you. And if we look at the example 2, we can see that we wish that Bangladesh will prosper day by day. It is an assertive sentence and we shall have to make this operative sentence. So if you want to make this operative sentence, we shall have to write may at the beginning of the sentence. So I'm writing may. After that, we shall have to bring the subject. So may Bangladesh. Then the main verb prosper day by day. So may Bangladesh prosper day by day. If you want to give another example, we can say that I wish that you will have a safe journey always. This is an assertive sentence, and if you want to make this operative sentence, then how we can do this? Okay, the solution will be Here we can see, I wish that you will have a safe journey always. If you want to make this optative, we can do it in another way. That is, have a safe journey always. We can do another example to make the rule clear. The example is, may we wish that Bangladesh will live long. If you want to make this in operative, we have to write long live Bangladesh. It indicates that sometimes we can make operative sentence without using may. So these are two examples by which we can understand that sometimes we can make operative sentence without may at the beginning of the sentence. So I think the rules that we have learned today, we have no confusion. If we have enough time, then I'll try to give another lecture on the exercises so that the rules that we have learned today become clear to us. So no more today. Have a nice time. Bye bye for today.